You have seen the posts. And that's how I figured out on the wall. No, day and say. Live your truth. Authenticity over perfection. Just be yourself. And every time you read those words, you feel a quiet, nagging pressure. Am I being authentic enough? Is this the real me? Should I post more vulnerable content? Should I quit my job and paint? That pressure, that relentless demand to perform authenticity, is the American cognitive paradox of the self. Here is the lie, that you have a single, fixed, authentic self waiting to be unleashed like a butterfly from a cocoon. You do not. You do not. You have multiple selves. The self that talks to your mother is different from the self that talks to your bartender, which is different from the self that talks to yourself at 3 in the morning. Oh, none of them are fake. All of them are real. And the moment you start chasing authenticity as a goal, you are no longer being authentic. You are performing authenticity for an audience, and that audience, by the way, includes yourself watching yourself. Now, watch your own reaction. You are already thinking, but I hate pretending. I want to be genuine. That defensiveness is the second layer of the paradox. Because I am not saying you should be fake. I am saying that the very concept of a single authentic self is a marketing invention from the last 20 years, designed to sell you journals, courses, and retreats in Costa Rica. Before social media, no one lay awake wondering if their brand was aligned with their core values. They just lived. They were kind to some people, short with others, generous when they had energy, selfish when they were tired. That was not inauthentic. That was human. But now you have been convinced that inconsistency is a moral failure. So you curate. You flatten. Oh, you try to become a character that is consistent, relatable, and real. And in that flattening you become less real than a person who simply admits, I do not know who I am today, and that is fine. The American cognitive paradox of authenticity is this. The only authentic self is the one that stops trying to be authentic. Watch a toddler. They do not worry about being themselves. They just are. They scream, they laugh, they change their mind every 30 seconds. That is not inauthenticity. That is the absence of a self-conscious observer. Oh, you lost that when you turned 12 and started caring what other people thought. And now you are trying to get it back by thinking even harder about what other people think. That is like trying to put out a fire with gasoline. You cannot think your way into spontaneity. You cannot perform your way into sincerity. You can only drop the performance and see what is left. And what is left might be messy, contradictory, and unmarketable. That mess is your actual life. Here is your test. And this one will feel like blasphemy to the self-help industry. For the next 7 days, stop trying to be authentic. Stop asking, is this the real me? Stop checking if your actions align with your values. Just act. Be kind when you feel kind. Be quiet when you have nothing to say. Say no when you mean no. Say yes when you mean yes. Do not justify. Do not explain. Do not post about it. No. At the end of the 7 days, sit down and ask yourself one question. Did I feel more like myself or less? The answer will surprise you. Most people feel more like themselves when they stop worrying about feeling like themselves. Because the self is not a destination. It is not a brand. It is not a truth to be lived. It is a river, and you cannot step into the same river twice. Most of you will not do this. You will continue curating, performing, and monitoring your authenticity score. That is fine. The algorithm loves a consistent brand. But the algorithm does not have to wake up with you at 3 in the morning. Or Neo. Here is the rule in the comments later. You will not type great video. You will type either day 1, stopped performing, or too scary. No explanation, just the truth. Because the first step out of the authenticity trap is admitting that you have been performing for an audience of one yourself. Slow down. Look directly into the lens. You cannot find yourself by searching. Oh, you can only lose yourself by performing. Pause. 2 seconds. Write that down. Share this video with one person who is constantly working on themselves. Add 2 words. Blank mirror. That share is not criticism. That share is a mirror. Now, for the buried layer. At exactly 3 minutes and 21 seconds into this video, there is a single frame of a blank mirror. No reflection. Nay, just gray glass. Most of you blinked and saw nothing. That blank mirror is what you see when you stop performing for yourself. It is terrifying because there is no one there. It is liberating because there is no one there. Go back. Find the mirror. Now, this video is all fit for teacher. Stare at it until you stop looking for a version of yourself to approve of. When the mirror stays blank, you have arrived. Come back for video number 11. We are going to talk about the paradox of information, why knowing more has made you understand less. But only if you can handle a blank mirror. Here's the loop you cannot escape now. You will rewind to 3 minutes and 21 seconds to see the blank mirror. And when you do, you will notice something else. A single word written in faint gray on the mirror's surface, visible only on second look. That word is stop. That word is the key to video number 11. I will not explain it here. Waffens. You have to earn it by coming back. Here is the rule in the comments. Do not say good video. Say one thing you did today without asking if it was authentic. Just one. I said no. I laughed loud. I stayed quiet. And if you saw the blank mirror, type blank. If you did not, type rewind. The mirror is still blank. The question is whether you can stand to look.